Yeah. Right. This. I'll you say something but at separate times. Say your name, Chris.
I'm Chris.
Yeah, we got you.
It's your boy Dana White.
Yeah, we're
Reb Diz.
all right. It's looking all fucking good. We're just gonna go from there, fam. Sweet. I have got too much to deal with on here, don't I? It's same with you though, because you're refereeing while you're also judging, while you're also fucking. What else are you doing at the same time?
Self-policing.
Self-policing.
You got to get him to turn the music off every time at the right time.
Exactly, yeah.
It
For
could
the
fuck it up.
monetisation, yeah,
There's so many things. Right, first I'm going to introduce you though still, yeah? So we have got KOTR in the building.
What?
Yes.
Big up the
Got
people.
Remdiz and Chris. Chris, you need a nickname.
Nah.
Just Chris.
We've talked about it, haven't we? It's just Chris.
Just Chris, man.
Is that how it's staying?
Yeah,
So
just Chris.
All right. I just realised, yeah, if you keep an eye on the battery as well, if you don't mind. It's just that little, it's the battery symbol in it, it's pretty obvious. It's
top right.
It should be sweet. And even if it dies, I've got a spare, but it's one of them. Yeah, I've had problems like that. But either way, yeah. Fucking, this might be the one I've been most excited for, you know.
Nah, glad to
I've
hear
been
it,
waiting to get you on since February. I've literally first messaged you in
I'm a
February.
busy man.
I know,
every
I know.
month, man. You know how it is.
I know. And then after my fight, I was like that. I was half, if it weren't such a difficult fight, I was half tempted to do a Habib. Like, Rem, I want my fight. I mean, I want my interview. Right, yo, to start this off, yeah, I'm going to start off with the most cliche question, but it's something that I really want to know. I want to know about the beginnings of KOTR. Right from the first time you thought, I'm going to do this.
Elaborate. What do you want to know about it? Like what my thought process?
Yeah.
Where I was at the time. What do you want to know, man? Let me know.
Yeah, like what sparked the idea, bro? Because
Well,
go on.
To be fair, it's not like that I didn't already have the idea, but I've just always loved the fighting game. Do you know what I mean? I've did the Thai, did a bit of wrestling, did the boxing, and obviously I just loved it. But the thing is, I'm quite injury prone. So every time I did do the combat, I ended up injured some way or another. And then I was out for a few months and I go back in, end up getting to the point where I need to start fighting again, injured again. So obviously I thought, I want to be involved in a fight game, but I'm clearly not made for it for some reason. Do you know what I mean? I can bang, I can hold my own and all of that, but I mean, I just get injured. So obviously I just thought, right, what can I do that I can incorporate something that's going to make it, what's the word? Make it basically like just a backyard way of making my vision. If that makes sense, if you know what I'm saying. And obviously, my vision was get it cracking. Just let people get it cracking, settle your differences, go home, mate, and be safe.
And then what did you do then? Like, what was some of the steps that you had to take to get this thing fucking?
To be fair, it's pretty easy.
Yeah, back to the garden.
Literally,
get some ropes.
Told a few of my mates about it. They were saying, well, mate, that is a sick idea. Who you going to get to fight? So obviously, I've asked a few of my pals.
Do you mind just?
Go on.
Yeah, like when you're slapping it.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
man,
just
no
for them,
worries.
innit? It's for them, man.
No worries.
Yeah.
So literally, I've asked my mates about it. They've said, yeah, sick idea. I've asked one of my mates, John. He's had the location for me. I've asked a few of my mates from school. They've said, yeah, sweet, I'll jump in. And then the mate that I started it up with, he said, yeah, I've got a few people too. And then literally we made that day. Came down, he brought the camera.
What was it like reffing that first one?
To be fair, I was just nerve-wracked. I was nerve-wracked, literally, because I was stood there. There's like a few people have turned up. We've decided nobody's coming, and a few people have turned up anyway. And then I'm just stood there thinking, right, I've got to ref these fights. I can ref the fights, but I've got people watching now, and I have to try and, like, I don't know, be a certain way in front of the camera. But and then literally within 5 minutes, I just thought, I don't need to be any sort of way. It's natural. Everybody's enjoying themselves. The people are getting it cracking like they want to do, and it's going well. Let's go.
To be honest, from the first ones, you look like you were made to do it. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, bro. The way you spoke to the camera, the way that, like, yeah, even when you're reffing it, did you take any, like, how do I put this? Did you study reffing? Did you study any particular thing?
Well, yeah, but not really, like, by the books way. I just watched more fights and broke down more stuff and tried to understand, obviously, the judging side of things and the reffing side of things a bit more, and then obviously tried it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say judging and reffing at the same fucking time.
This is what I'm saying. This is why people have got to cut me some slack. When they got to cut me some slack. I'm literally policing the whole event. Plus, at the end of it, I've got to make sure I've made the correct decision and caught every single punch that I might have blinked and missed. And sometimes I get it wrong. But one man.
Plus, every angle changes everything. Just turn my phone off. I can fucking feel it vibrating. But yeah, man, with them, I mean, I can't actually remember watching the first one. What ones come to my mind now? You know what one comes straight to my mind? The fucking when it's snowing, bro.
Yeah.
Christmas special.
Christmas
special. Tell me about the Christmas.
Do you know what? I just thought at that point, that's obviously was quite far in at that point of season 1. So I thought, do you know what? How can we send it out with a bang? It's gonna be. Do you know what I mean? You seen how the weather was out of the blue. Snow just came. Literally, if anybody remembers how it was around that time of year, there was literally just rain. There wasn't any snow. Do you know what I mean? It was just a cold, rainy Manchester winter. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then literally, Christmas special happened to come. Snow came.
Yeah,
and then
it
was it not like? Right, put it this way. I made a music video. I did a music video, like a Christmas song. But I literally did the song because it started snowing.
Yeah.
I put the belly on. So I hadn't written no lyrics yet. I just had the beat. I put the belly on, and I'm acting like I'm fucking doing the lyrics, but I'm not. And then for the next couple of weeks, I wrote the song, and then I put it all together.
Yeah.
But it was literally like a flash idea because of the snow. Yeah. So was that the same with the Christmas special?
Well, no, I had it planned anyway, and literally.
And then it just ended up snowing.
God was on my side, man. It started snowing literally as soon as that first fight started. Bit of slush and then boom, thick snow.
I mean,
literally.
good for aesthetics, but fighting in it was a nightmare.
Oh yeah, you can
tell you firsthand. You can tell you firsthand.
Literally. So I had a weird day that day as well, didn't I? Because my little one was born.
Oh yeah. I remember that buzzing. I see it on the vid.
Yeah.
So
my missus went into labour while I was there at the event. So I'm saying to Rem like, yo, fucking, we've got to get this going now. We've got to get this cracking. I get this fight out of the way. And I've got to shoot to the hospital, mate. Luckily enough, it was in Wythenshawe, wasn't it? We were just round the corner. So I rushed into this fight dinner. It was snowing. We're slipping everywhere, mate. Oh, it was fucking mental. And then in between rounds, we're trying to mop the ring up with like a towel and a towel. We had one towel and a brush, and it was fucking mental, wasn't it? Everyone was going everywhere, but mate, it looked the part, didn't it?
Mate, no, it did look the part.
Yeah,
I've said this to you before. I've said that like the scenery, I think is one of the biggest things.
Yeah, the aesthetics of it, man. That's what sells it, Like you talk like, what is your USP as a King of the Ring, and we've spoke about it, haven't we? And we've both said it's that feel around it, that aesthetic. It's that
everything.
Yeah.
It's like pick your venue, Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? Yeah. You just picture it. Yeah. It took you a second.
Yeah.
You just picture. I'm picturing. Just one day, it's just gonna be on like a rooftop.
Yeah,
or
we tried.
Shit.
Yeah, we
Did
tried.
you try a rooftop?
Tried, man.
Everything.
I'd fucking love to fight on a rooftop.
Yeah, I think venues become everything for us now, and to give that feel and
exactly.
Yeah. So I mean, and like when you see the footage of the last event, which it's landed today, hasn't it?
No. Next Sunday.
Is it next Sunday?
Next Sunday?
And if you see the venue at the minute, the one that we've just used, it was insane, wasn't it? And
next level, man.
Like I said, it's all about the aesthetics for us, and like how you sell that thing. And I think where you're fighting's a big part of that. It represents what we're about, that street thing, keeping it in these sort of like abandoned places. Like even going back to the garden, innit? I mean, that's where it started, in that groggy council estate back garden, and trying to keep that feel as it grows, in it. So allow more people, but keep it on that underground.
That's it.
I called it Sunday League Boxing.
Yeah.
It's like got a twist of hooliganism in it, doesn't it? Fucking.
And I think that's why it attracts a different breed. You're not talking like amateur boxers don't want to get involved in this. Like the lads that are scrapping are from these estates, from these different communities all around. And one of the best things for King of the Ring at the minute is the cultural, racial representation for different communities up around the north, really.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's bringing these communities together. So these guys that are scrapping are boys on their estates, in a sense, done a bit of boxing, a local hard lads, and it's bringing it together, and it gives it that entire feel, mate. So
yeah, I really do feel like it gives the lads a place to channel something who would usually just go out and get into trouble.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's the kids. Yeah, it's the kids that don't want to dedicate their life to boxing, Do you know what I mean? Because it's difficult, to be honest. You know what? The reason I ended up on KOTR was because I had my white collar fight, and I went to Champs Camp, and I got love for bare people at Champs Camp. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, can I get in the boxing thing? And they were, can I get into the next spar? Can I get into the next spar? Granted, they were a bit better than me. Yeah. I know that. But I just ended up on the bag quite a few times, and I'm like, I've been here about 3 weeks now, 4 weeks, and I'm thinking, I just want to fucking fight. If they're not going to let me do amateurs for like another 7-8 months, I just want to fight. Not just that.
Yeah, I'll answer that one as well, mate. Obviously, because I fight on the show, but like you are giving these lads, like you said, an opportunity to channel it in a healthy environment and to prove themselves and put themselves on the line. And like I said, the healthy, safety environment is what makes it really. We're saying to these young lads from these different estates, like, settle your shit. Who's the hardest? You've got an opportunity here, and like we said, we keep it safe. Like, don't we? And we lock it down. And I mean, that's a really cool thing. And it goes back to like this different type of person that's fighting on the show. They're not, how do I put it? You won't class them as going down that professional route, underground fighter now, in that sense. You know what I mean? And I think people get King of the Ring mistaken a lot as a fighter, and you think it's boxing. It's basically a street fight with gloves, and you're allowed to throw punches. You know, 1 minute rounds and stuff like that. And I think, like I said, that sells it to these lads from these estates. You know what I mean? That you can give it your all in those 3 minutes, and really a bit of cardio, but it's how much fucking heart have you got? You know what I mean? And like I said, it sells
everything on the line.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I fucking love it. I was one of them kids that if I weren't trying to have a fight, I mean, you know what? I didn't actually fight. Thinking about it now, I was actually scared to fight. I was scared to fight through school, but I was always there when a fight was about to kick off.
Yeah.
Or I'd be one of them kids that would be surrounded by my mates. Do you get me? I'd be hard when I had a few mates around. I went from getting bullied to suddenly getting a load of people around me, kind of being a dickhead myself. And I don't know, I just feel like the kid I fought had never had a fight. And I feel like a lot of the people who do come onto King of the Ring go, I've never got into a fight. I've never been to that place where I've been scared. There's a load of people fucking shouting. The adrenaline's going.
Yeah, that feel.
This is a place where they can do that. And it's only 1 minute rounds. Do you know what I mean?
It's over quick.
That's what I'm saying. It's 3 1 minute rounds. After it, you go, oh, I did that. Do you get me? Yeah. I was scared. Do you know how long I was waiting to come on? I would say I first saw a clip in October a year ago. Pretty much a year and a month ago. Do you know what clip I seen? It's the one that went viral. And I think it did just that good, that clip. It was the kid who split his head.
Split his head?
Yeah. It's your most viewed one.
Oh, the season finale. Part 1. The one in the back of the pub.
Yeah. Is he an Asian lad or a black lad? And he's fighting a white kid.
I think he's... Yeah, black lad, yeah.
Them two kids were game, you know.
Nah, they were, man, they were.
They were fucking throwing down. It's a shame they ended the way it did, because that was a fucking... That was a good fight.
Yeah, both had decent experience as well, to be fair.
And the venue, again, man, just sold that event. It was in the back of some... audible booze, wasn't it? Sure.
Keep the thing close if you can.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, and like I said, this venue, it was like some groggy boozer and women's show. We're in the beer garden of it. No one's buying beer at it. Everyone's blazing up in the fucking back garden, man. It was so chilled. It was. Oh, that was one of the best events. And Dan fought that chef, wasn't it?
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah.
Face tats and everything. Proper
mate,
little Viking looking guy. Man.
And Nath got slammed, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen that as well.
It was a good event.
Yeah, man. So I watched that. I watched a few more. I was originally supposed to fight in March, and you know what? The reason I pulled out, right? So I got ill probably about a week before the fight, but I was recovering. Fights are always on Sunday. Come like Thursday, Friday night, yeah, I'm starting to feel better. And Friday night, I get this like stomach ache that I've been getting for 7 years, and it comes like once a month, yeah. And at this point, because I pulled out and then I tried pulling back in straight away at the last minute, I was going, let me fight, let me
I remember.
Bro, let me bang, bro.
Let me bang, bro. Just let me bang, bro.
I went to the doctors. I said, nah, this is affecting my life. I went to him, I need to deal with this. I've had it 7 years. You've told me it's fucked. I've had the camera shoved down my throat. They've told me it's fucking gastric, like acid and shit. Guess what it was?
Go on.
One doctor finally figured it out. I get abdominal migraines,
Okay.
which is basically the same thing that causes a migraine, but I get them in my abdomen. I got one yesterday, but now all I have to do is take migraine medication. It's that fucking simple. I've been in agony for years.
Fucking hell.
See, I think you need to change your diet to something natural.
Bro, shit. Bro, honestly, every diet I've gone, oh, it was the halal butchers, I won't eat there again. Oh, you know what, it's sweet potatoes, I'll stop eating them. Oh, it's this, it's that. Swears God, migraine medication.
Did you try vegan?
No, I haven't. Are you
There you
vegan?
go. No, I'm not a vegan. This is what I'm saying. I'll preach it. Nah, I'll preach it. I'll preach it. Don't get me wrong. Like I'm not against it. I'm not against it. Obviously, you got to do what you got to do. But I've not had no pains like that. But if I ever do come across something like that, I'm going full natural. Do you know what I mean? That's been preached to me as a kid anyway.
I'll explain what they said to me it was, because I started, obviously once he told me that, I started doing my research. What are migraines? What causes migraines? Nobody actually knows what causes migraines. All they know is if you take this certain fucking thing called Sumafan.
Big pharma solution then.
Yeah.
Man.
But it fucking blocks off.
Eat this, you'll feel better, man.
Eat
this,
you'll feel
better.
Now
You know
some
what?
conspiracy stuff. I'm about to hit some shit out here.
Nah, go on.
Either way, I got through that. I'm back in health. I've had my first fight. I had a great time. It's actually really up my game, because I watched that and I saw when I'm under pressure what I turn into, and I fucking stick my head down and I fucking I've really fucking I'm gonna show you on the 27th that I've adjusted a few things.
Okay.
But yeah, going forward, I had a few notes. I've put it down. Yeah, one thing. Yeah, go on. So as far as it's been like a year and no, I'll change it in a second. It's been about a year now, and how long?
May 21 it was.
May 21.
Yeah.
So in this time, have you got any memorable stories to tell me? Like any that come to your mind?
Literally,
Gotta be loads.
Yeah, I know.
Pick one.
loads,
Help him,
man.
Chris. You
I
got
know,
to pick
yeah,
one.
you're gonna have to help me with that because there's literally
Save the
that many.
Netherlands. I want to
Yeah,
save that for.
Just loads, mate. Like just from like the things we had to do at like the start of like when it was first getting set up and that, and like we'd go in the back garden and there'd be dog poo, wouldn't there? So we just before an event we'd have to like shovel it all up. If you remember the first ever fights as well, they were in. We just had 4 posts and tape, didn't they, around it, and hazard tape, and just like.
Bro, it was fucked.
Yeah, it was, mate, and like. Every event was a fluke at the beginning, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, man, it was.
But it was great.
It was, yeah. Do you know what it was? Once I noticed the feel that everyone was getting, I thought, do you know what? We're on something here.
Yeah.
We're on something big here because people are coming and more people are asking and everything's growing, socials wise.
I felt that at the last finale. I could see how much you enjoy it as well.
Yeah, and I love it.
I was watching you.
I love it, man.
You know what? I don't get stoned anymore, yeah, but in that garden I got fucking peppered off everybody else's smoke. I swear to God I was so fucked, but I was watching it, and especially when that guy got knocked out in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, Brandon.
The one that Brandon done in 2 seconds, I was like, this is fucking chaos.
Yeah,
I was looking around at everyone, I was going, this is fucking, this is chaos.
Controlled chaos.
Yeah, controlled chaos.
And I think just like some of the places we've been with it now as well. So like we went to Birmingham, didn't we? And like I said, just going through like all the different venues and meeting like all the different people. Like every event's got like its little individual stories going on in it. It's absolute madness. So I think it's hard to pick one. But like obviously, like I said, going away we went to Birmingham, took a little crew up there, banged a load of brummies, didn't we? We went down to Dam. We'll talk obviously have a chat about.
Go on now, let's go there. I want to go there. Oh wait, hang on.
That video's just dropped today as well, actually. So make sure you lock in for that one.
For what? So what's
the
this?
Dan video. On the east side of Scrap and Dan.
But it was already out, wasn't it?
Yeah,
as in the cut,
As in the cut.
Right. Yeah. Now we're all good for sound. I've got so many things I've got to focus on now. It's mad. Right. I want to hear the damn story, because when I watched that fight, bro, I fucking loved that shit. I thought that shit was mint. Go on, tell me how the fuck did that even start?
So like obviously like as the organisation grew and like I wasn't involved in it, I was just like I just wanted to compete and watch, and like a little bit later on, like obviously you just develop friendships in there. You've been yourself. It's a very small circle in there, you know what I mean, and there's some right characters, and obviously me and Rems clicked with that, started helping a bit more, and we were just saying like we need to do like an international one, and I said to him like you need to check these lads out, these hood fights, you know what I mean? And so we reached out to him, didn't we? And we said like,
what were they called?
Hood fights.
Hood fights.
Oh mate, and do you want to know something? Yeah, like props to him as well, innit? Like
proper good setup, man. Good.
Yeah, and proper good guys, man. We got treated well when we were there, man.
No,
Bit
we
dodgy,
did.
you know what I mean? But fucking, you know, and
Good vibes all around.
yeah,
though.
and we met some really good friends from there that we all and we're going back over soon, hopefully. You know what I mean? But if not, we
Could I fight over there if I wanted?
Oh god, yeah, mate. They'd be game. They'd
Maybe.
be game. Yeah, man. And the good guys as well. Do you know what I mean? Like it's you're going over there, you're going for the fight. You know what I mean as well? Because I think the thing is, when you go in today, you're representing a lot more than just your community. So you're going over there, and so are they. So the fight's just so fucking intense because you're thinking,
All
no,
or
I'm
nothing,
not.
man.
Yeah, like
All or nothing.
yeah, it's all or nothing when you're out there, man. But like, yeah, like I said, we got in touch with him, said to him like, basically, let's get it fucking on. You know what I mean? Like we've got some lads like let us come over there, and we went over, didn't we? And got fucked the night before, and then yeah, got in at about 1 in the morning, didn't we?
Yeah.
Got woke up about 9, jumped in these bait cars, got picked up by some bait lads. But the lad I was fighting, this Tommy, I got picked up by his mates, didn't I? And he used to, oh mate, and they're like at me like, Tommy, you know, Tommy hard man, and oh man, but they were good guys.
Good
And
guys,
Well,
man.
go on
yeah,
now.
oh.
Wait.
It was-
You're in the whip with him.
Yeah,
and
mate,
they're
mate.
just like bigging up their
Oh,
fight.
mate, yeah. And
Take it in
they-
mind as well, we're both in separate cars.
Yeah, so we've been
I'm on
split
my
up.
own with my bird.
Yeah, we've
He's
been
with one of the
split
other.
up. We've been split up at this point. Yeah, so we're in
Mad.
You're
this car.
some brave cunt, you know.
Well, yeah, fucking.
You just-
Listen, I'm there with my bird, mate. He's got backup. He's
Yeah.
got 6
I've
foot
got
backup,
big
100
Dan, mate.
kg.
I've got
my
big
bird,
Dan.
mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Give me some props for that. Wow.
Yeah, so
Oh.
we turn up, don't we? We're in the back of these cars. Bear in mind, like I said, we've been on it the night before. He's gone and got a fucking. He's blazed, yeah. So he meets us, he's bait. So we jump in these separate cars, going down the motorway, doing about 70. These 2 kids are just like sparking pre-rolls, driving me down this fucking motorway, aren't they, in the Netherlands? And that. He's belling me up like, you alright? I was like, yeah. Do you know what I mean? And we pull up and we pull up to this like bridge, don't we? And in the bridge is like, imagine like the foundation, you know, the structural thing of the bridge that's holding it up. Each one had like a doorway, and they managed to get in this doorway, hadn't they? And you walked in, mate, fucking dead pigeons everywhere. And
Everywhere,
you know what I mean?
mate. It looks like
Everywhere.
someone's just sat in there just thinking, oh yeah, I'll just pull this head off it.
Yeah,
mate.
murking pigeons.
Or all over the gaff, mate.
Everywhere,
Mental.
yeah. And then you turn left, and then it just opened, didn't it? Into like the foundations of like the structure, and they set a ring up in there, and we walked in there, mate. And there's like 50 man in there, didn't it? And
Every
fucking-
single man, gold teeth,
Yeah.
absolutely wham out the red,
Lovely guys.
testosterone
So
the
pumping
ref-
around the room.
The ref was a unit.
Yeah, mate. Every one of them
Yeah,
was, you
literally
know what I
everyone,
mean? And
man.
we've
Mad.
walked in, but I'm a pretty friendly guy, so I'm giving it all. Hiya, mate. You know what I mean? Trying to shake people's hands and that. No one was having any of it at first. A few word and that, you know what I mean? And then the lad I was fighting, Tommy, fucking proper nice guy, mate. He come over to me, didn't he? And we had a bit of a chat, sorted the gloves out and that. And we just got it on then, you know what I mean? And then, like I said, and just like the lads did in Birmingham, like, just represented, like, KOTR, and we were like, oh, fuck it, everything on the line. Like
That's
I said,
it.
the, like props and respect to the lads that went to Birmingham and did the exact same thing I did in Dam. You know, mine
Yeah.
gets a little bit more taught because I went to another country, but they did the exact same and smashed another city. And
Literally.
that's, I think
All
that's
new
what it's
faces,
about.
man. It's a lot.
Yeah, so, and I think that's what it's about. Went over there, fucking showing them our worth and made those connections. And like I said, now we can go over and watch like
Was it longer rounds?
3 2-minute rounds. Yeah, man, fucking got licked up.
Yeah,
man,
it was heavy.
fucking
It was
knackered,
heavy.
like knackered. Going from
Big
like,
fight though, mate.
yeah,
Oh
it was-
my.
yeah. And
I thought you
Dan's-
did really well.
Yeah,
You
it
did
was
do
tough,
really well,
it
bro.
was a tough fight, man. Like
You got the W, innit?
yeah, I got in the end. He rank us up, so we got the
Overturned.
draw. Yeah, we got the draw, and we're on the plane home, weren't we? And because bear in mind, mate, we went. I fucking landed in Dam. We were only there for fucking like what was it, 29 hours, if that.
Yeah,
Yeah, mate,
literally.
landed, got fucked, woke up, fought, got on a taxi, and then fucking went home on the plane. And on the plane, so when we were handing the passports back in to get back on, sent back home. She's like, you know, you've been here 29 hours. My face is fucked. Like, man, my eyes
Mate,
swollen and that.
lumps all over his
Yeah,
head,
we were
mate.
fucked
Mad.
and that. But yeah, it was a battle, man. And you know, there was a special moment in that for me where, like, at one point in between one of the rounds, he goes to me, you know, he points to his eyes and he points at me, saying like, yeah, you fucking about this, you know what I mean? And like we just give it our all, man. And I was happy with a draw, you know what I mean? I'd gone over to their country, and everybody knows you go into someone else's turf, you've got to fucking knock man out, and you know, to get those wins. Mate. This guy, you know, he was a top guy on their show, and like I said, mate, proper respect to him, nicest guy ever. We still talk now and everything like that. I'm going over soon, and we'll go and watch the football with him and go and watch Ajax and that, man. So we still talk. That's what I mean, that respect. But yeah, he pointed to his eyes and pointed at me, and he was like, "Yo, you fucking game." And I just remember like that third round, we were just like, "Let's do it," you know what I mean? Let's bomb. And he understood, you know, he understood everything about it. Like there was a lot of respect there in that fight as well, man, and that's what I think made it entertaining. But yeah, like I said, I give it my all, so it was good for me. But beforehand, it's fucking emotionally draining, you know. So like, I was physically a lot better in. I should have done a lot better in that because my cardio was up. I'd been training hard for it. My skill set had been building up. But leading up to the event, because I didn't know what to expect, I was so emotionally drained. Like, I'm building myself up. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's a complete new environment. It's like fighting all over again. Do you get what I mean? I'm not on my home turf. I'm with a couple of boys. I'm walking into a fucking room here. There's 50 lads.
And even off their videos, they do it in fields.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? It's completely different to what we walked into. So that's psychological.
Exactly. So like,
away.
You're emotionally drained, and you're like, fucking hell. So when it actually does come to bombs, you've already fought a battle before you've even walked in there to get there in the fucking first place, because you're like, fucking hell, man. And I had a bare knuckle recently as well, and I went toe-to-toe with a lad, and the same thing happened then. Like, stepping into that new environment, fighting in that thing, I was fucked, you know. So yeah, man.
Where was that?
I fought in Bradford, on like a fucking industrial estate with mad one in the middle of nowhere, like hay bales around it and that, proper classic fucking bare knuckle, man. And went toe to toe with a lad who's a bit bigger than me.
Unit, mate.
Yeah, fucking unit, wasn't it? And fucking took him out in a second.
How'd you find the differences as far as like no gloves? I mean, I can just imagine that pad blocking.
We learn with no gloves. This is the only way we know. No gloves.
Yeah, man. Yeah. The thing is, mate, like it's a different thing, because you get punched in the hand, you're getting bare knuckle punched in your hand, it fucks your hand up. Like, I broke my carpal bones in my hand.
So even blocking,
so even just putting your fucking hand up and getting punched in your hand, you know, you're fucked. And but like I said, it was a good experience, man. Again, representing the brand and that, and just having a good time and trying to get those experiences. Like, people have to pay, man, I'll get fucking paid for this, and just doing it for the love of it. So like, I'm just going out there, like I said, and just having a good time for that experience, really. So anything like that, anything new where I can just feel alive again and push myself, that's probably what attracted the same as you know, to the underground stuff. I was like, nah, this is cool as fuck. I want to do that. Do you know what I mean? And every person you fight, you don't know what the fuck's gonna come. You know what I mean? It's so unexpected. So,
but that's honestly, I didn't realize how much I'd love it. You know, the whole time I was waiting and that, I was like, even after my first white collar, I was like, it's giving my training a purpose. It's just giving me a purpose in my life. Yeah. I felt like I come off a breakup with my missus of 5 years in March, and as you can expect, April, May was difficult. It was a difficult fucking time. I think I started the training for my white collar in like June, and
it's an 8-week camp. Yeah,
8-week camp, and just going in there, every aspect of it, the socialising, just the fucking, the planning for the training. You're not just going in there and you're like, I don't know how good I am, I don't know this. You know what I mean? Just everything around it, detailing for one day. It's fucking mint. I'm doing the documentaries around it. How did you enjoy the doc? Did you watch?
Oh yeah, no,
it was cool. We liked it. Yeah, man.
Fucking
cool.
I tried to be a funny cunt a lot of the time.
Chorizo, that's a good in that.
Nah, it was good. It was good, man. I liked it.
That was on the spot, you know.
Yeah,
the chorizo, the whole advert thing. I just thought, what can I do here? I do that a lot. That's I don't just stick to fighting. A lot of my channel is gonna be a mix of fighting, skits, music, and you know what? I didn't realise how much I love this shit as well. I fucking love this shit. I wanted to go back to the obviously you did bare knuckle. I hope you don't mind me talking about this. I'm pretty sure you don't, but I'm sure we spoke about it a little bit. You was a hooligan at one point, yeah?
Yeah, so fucking from the age of 15, 16, it was football hooligan up until about 23, 24. I had my little boy. changed my life a bit. You know what I mean? And you know, just putting that into the aspect. Just jumping that and pushing that into the idea of King of the Ring as well. You know, like a lot of these lads come from these sort of groups, whether it be gang culture or, in my sense, hooliganism you know, trapping or whatever that culture may be. Like I said, like we all come for it, and we're kind of like at the back end of it and trying to replace it. That thrill, and I think that's what it is for me, you know. But yeah, I was a football hooligan, did time for it.
Do you think if there was a thing like King of the Ring around at that time, you would have done that as opposed to fighting in the hooligan shit?
Nah, do you want me to be brutally honest?
Go on.
Nah, I fucking loved it. Like, obviously,
was it organised? Was it?
Yeah, so like obviously when I was getting involved in it, in like you have to think now. I'm 31 now. You know what I mean? It's quite a time ago, and like when we were doing it, you know, we were able to get away with a lot more. We were having a little bit more of organised scraps. You're not just attacking anybody, you know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
Again, a lot like King of the Ring, but on a thingy scale. I'm just fighting lads who want to fight me from a different council estate in somewhere else in the country, and that's how it did. And like I said, I did a bit of time for it, and come out, still carried on like a dickhead. And it was only when I had my little boy that I switched it around a bit and come out of that. But like, yeah, back to it, man. Like, made me the person I am, you know what I mean? And I'm a very nice guy now, dead chilled, and learnt a lot from that sort of stuff. And I know it sounds weird to some people, but the thing of becoming competent in violence in those situations is like saves your life further down, man. Like I'm quite confident person now. Like I said, I'm quite happy. I can quite stoic and can let shit go over my head now because of the experiences I've been through and knowing in my head the shit I'm capable of as well. And I think now for me, my King of the Ring journey, really, it's coming to an end now. I mean, I only want a couple more fights and then I'm done. But like, it's for me again, it was just that staying alive and feeling alive and pushing myself.
It does make you feel alive.
Of course it does, man. And like I said, it's different than boxing. I don't know if you drew a comparison. Like, I've boxed, you know what I mean? I've fought in a few different things, but like fighting when the crowd is so close to the ring and the shouting, man, all that shit adds to it. And like I said, the feel, man, like I want to fight in like abandoned warehouses, and I want to go to Amsterdam again because I want to feel alive, man. And it's that unexpected thing, innit? And it's cool.
I think today's society, especially the past like 4, 5, 10 years even, suppresses that side of men that a lot of us, especially masculine men, need to let out. I was speaking
100%.
to Lewis about this. So the thing that hooliganism came into popular culture as they stopped doing like the forced army service, didn't they? People used to have to be in the army from 16 to 20 or something like that.
Yeah, so I think it's obviously always been a working class outlet, hooliganism, more obviously white working class orientated and stuff like that, but it's always more prevalent in like periods of recession. So like, you know, 70s, 80s, that's when like the culture really started to develop. And again, it was, you know, you had the Scutlers, they would attach themselves to dance halls. You know, we've always had that culture of, not in a sense gang violence, you know what I mean, there's no profit to it, but groups of men clashing on that thing. And I think, you know, that's what we, it's like you just said then, it's what we miss in today's society. Like, even regardless of terms like masculinity and that, you know what I mean, like fuck all that sort of stuff, but like in general, I think like people need to like experience violence in that thing, and like King of the Ring gives it that safe way to do so, you know what I mean? Like, you're a nagged guy, you know what I mean, you got a lot of stress, like bring it to here, man. You can pit yourself in that arena just like I did in hooliganism, in a sense. I'm not trying to say don't get the same buzz, because there's a comradeship to hooliganism, you know what I mean? And in there I'm on my own, but I still have my boys backing me on the sides, you know. So
I really do think the reason I say men is because I do really think it comes from hunting. I think it comes from men gathering together and having to go deal with something, and we did it for thousands of years. I don't like if you believe in the scientific story of evolution. You see, like, we've been doing this shit for thousands of years, and we kind of like, we've got a certain programming, and I do really believe that's why a lot of kids end up not just in hooliganism, but like we said, with like trapping and gang banging, just as far as as far as like, how do you man feel about, it's quite controversial in it, but how do you man feel about, I'm gonna be quite specific with this question, like drill music, as far as is it the chicken and the egg? Like, obviously, there's always been urban gangs, like you said, the scuttlers, and men have always channeled it in a certain way. Do you feel as if the music has made knife culture popular? Because when I was like 2010, when I was a teenager, it was still about scrapping. You was a pussy all if you had a knife.
Yeah, I think for me, obviously that doesn't really come into like my community where I'm from. Knife crime's quite low, but I mean, like, you're more in a city, aren't you, Rems?
Yeah,
and
so
you're around that a lot more than.
Yeah. Sorry, repeat that again. I had a few things going through me head when you were selling it. Go on.
I'm just saying, right, when I was a teenager,
Yeah.
it wasn't popular culture. I said this on my documentary a little bit. It wasn't popular culture to be like, I whipped out my thing, fucking, them man got had in that way. It was not popular. That was not in the music, as far as I'm aware anyway. And it never influenced my young mind. But what a lot of people will have the argument is, they'll say, listen, people have been shanking each other forever, yeah, the music is just expressing it. And you can't, like, suppress
Put
it.
it to that.
Yeah, you can't suppress it saying drill music's a bad thing, because loads of people create successful lives off drill music. But at the same time, there's loads of kids.
Do you know what it is?
Go on.
At the end of the day, if you've got a routine of brushing your teeth, washing your face, putting your socks on in that particular order, doing that particular thing, if you're listening to the same thing over and over and over again, loads of different ways, but it's the same message, it's going to affect you in some way. And now, obviously, you know the demographic that music's being pushed to. Easy influence kids who can easily go in the mum's kitchen without her noticing that they took a kitchen knife. So it is, but I'm not here to go against the hustle. Fair play, do your drill music, obviously. Like, I'm not against it. I'll listen to drill music myself,
drill
but
rappers
it's
in
one
it.
of them. Yeah, you can't really. It is, but it isn't.
Yeah, you can't stop a man expressing himself.
That's it. Do you know what I mean?
If they're in that life, of course.
And selling, you know, and selling their story, man. It's just that, you know, that
part of
poetic
expressing
stuff,
yourself.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. But it's like you said, innit? I mean, like, if you're to blame, like, you're filling your head with that shit every day, you know what I mean? And you're listening to that, and hours on end, you know what I mean? You got your headphones on, you're trapping, doing whatever you think, and you're listening to drill music, talking about shanking and all that. Like, you are going to be more susceptible to. You know what I mean?
It's less the trapping thing for me. It's more the way that carrying a knife is not frowned upon. It is popular culture. Do you get me? Like 14, 15-year-olds now, they hear it and it's monkey see, monkey do a lot of the time. I'm in that boat. Same thing if there was a drill rapper in there. I'm like, bro, you came from that life, you're talking about your life. I'm not going to tell you not to do that.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is, as me, as a person, I am going to try and make it popular culture for people to do King of the Ring, to get in there and have the warrior spirit and know that they could get knocked out and embarrassed. They could get beaten up just for 3 rounds. They could go in there and win. And no matter what. Yeah, exactly. No matter what, we're going to rate him. I'm gonna rate him.
Yeah.
I have respect for him. I don't have respect for a man that stabs another man, especially if the other person was down for a fight. Or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And it's just something I thought I would touch on. I don't even know how we ended up there, but
but it's right though, innit? It's a one of the subjects that's obviously gone behind power in KOTR. Do you know what I mean? It's all about that. So
go on, you got something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, you know, like a lot of knife crime as well comes with like organised crime. You know, like in the city centre we got like a recession going on. You know what I mean? Young lads trying to make it, and you know it's. You know, that can cause trouble and it'll cause gang tensions and stuff.
Yeah,
like
when
that.
it comes to
the climate, I think for me as well, like we've got to look at the climate. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah, in regards to that as well, and it's.
Well, I said that if it's like tit for tat over a drug patch, it's gonna go to like that. The case in that is it's whoever's the biggest dog who's down to try to do the worst thing.
Maddest.
Yeah, the maddest thing, and you can't stop that.
Yeah, but I think a lot of those, you know, they're some of the youngest people now getting into that. Like, you're getting younger and younger. You know what I mean? Like, and like seeing them out there and having to, you know what I mean, rep or do whatever they've got to do for their ends or their business in a sense. You know what I mean? That's where a lot of the stabbings are coming from.
Make sure
yeah, go on. Sorry, mate. Sorry.
It's all right. I think them headphones can hear it louder than mine.
Right. Okay.
Sometimes, so you think you can hear it still.
Right. Okay.
Can you hear him pretty clear?
Yeah.
I was just looking at it's only when I looked at the sound waves that I
Right,
I
good.
was just thinking about it.
Good.
I've turned you
This
up
all gets
slightly
edited out anyway, doesn't it?
What?
Does this all get edited out anyway?
Nah, keep most of it in, but just clips. What? Yo, what was I gonna say? I realised where I went, where we got to with that. It was more the thing of a lot of the time when people do get into them places, let's say gangs or even trapping, that shit's all, I feel like a lot of that comes from the same place anyway as well. Obviously we come from impoverished neighbourhoods, and that definitely for a lot of people that is the reason for it. But I also think there is a certain element of the male mind that loves the buzz of crime as well, and they don't want to go get a boring 9-5 and live a certain, like, really
Probably
a life
goes back
that's
to your hunter-gatherer aspect. You
That's
know
exactly
what
what I was
yeah,
going to say. It
course,
goes
man.
back to your thing. You want to be with a group of people doing something.
exactly.
And all
That's where
getting
they
that
get.
feel.
And then
Exactly,
it's-
that's where they get it from.
And again, like rolling it back to KOTR, man, it's about creating that healthy outlet for violence, man. You know what I mean? And
It's there
like,
now.
yeah, it's there now.
Whatever shape or size, whatever age, man. If as long as your parents are saying, yeah, you can, man. You know what I mean?
Do you know? And I think even if like you look at it on a communal level, if more communities were setting up like these boxing clubs, these back garden things and that, you know what I mean, settling the beefs in those environments, man. And no, you wouldn't even have to settle beefs, you know what I mean, because like you getting, like you said, you're getting that masculinity, that urge out of you in that thing, like
It's a
to
release.
to feel that dominance outside of the ring. You don't need to, you know what I mean. And you know the ring's humbling as well. KOTR's humbling. Like some of the lads who fight on there come in as dickheads, man, and they leave good, man. They leave okay, you know, and it's cool. And I think it's like, you know, like I said, it can be a humbling experience.
I think it fills the lack of fulfillment that you can sometimes get from coming from like a fucking council estate where, put it this way, yeah, a lot of these kids, their opportunity is like a job in McDonald's,
Limited.
a fucking terrible call centre where you're expected, you know, you got a dickhead boss that's expecting certain things of you, and you're like, how's my life this? And suddenly there's a place where you can just feel like that animal instinct, that urge, and channel it, yeah.
And feel like you belong to something, man. That's what they make
Yeah,
it, a
as
family,
well.
man.
Yes, exactly, as well, because coming in, I felt super welcome. And, you know, I spoke to Warlord, and he said the exact same thing. He said,
Did you walk in with butterflies or what?
bro, I walked in with butterflies, yeah. I mean, I saw you, yeah, and like, because bro, not like you. Nah, he's like the same as if you see a famous person, bro. I'm like, there's that guy I've seen on TV few times. Honestly, for a second, I'm like, there's that guy. And you let onto me straight away. You let onto me. Walk through the back. Yeah, for a second, I'm like, oh shit, there's the ring. Oh shit, because I was planning on doing it a month later. I was like, nah, this is it. This is what it is. This is real.
This is the
yeah.
feeling.
But then, yes, I mean, our kid fought first, innit? I didn't really know that kid, but I knew Lewis, obviously, and Lewis knew that kid. And we all came together. Yeah. And again, that camaraderie, we were suddenly 6 people that were doing something together. We didn't even have to know each other too well. It was just suddenly, you're on a team. Yeah. Do you get me? You're on a team, and it's something that's super fucking competitive, focused. And that first fight, I mean, do you remember that?
Genie.
It was it ended with a liver shot.
Yeah, Genie and I think it was called Kyle, maybe. But I think I remember, yeah. I
remember the names as LJ and Junior.
Yeah, and he's called Genie though, and I said Junior. He told me his name. Listen, I didn't make the match up, right? And he told me his name with a mouth guarding. So
you just said Junior. I went up to you, I went like that. El Stanley. I was like,
El what? Oh, mate, it's mad.
Bro, I heard you one time say, and to the right, no, you said, left fighter ready. And that guy went, yeah. And then you went, left fighter ready, and pointed at the right.
Listen, bloopers, man, bloopers.
Bro, it's the same way that I've got to deal with all these things now. You got to do, like.
Yeah, trust me, man. It's human knowing it, right? You got to do it, man.
Nah,
make the vision possible.
You do a sick honestly, you do a sick job, bro. You
do a sick job.
Yeah, I mean, I remember my first time starting off at KOTR, man. Like, I come into the garden, I was fighting in the tape. When it was a tape days,
the original.
Was there a ground? Was the ground like the canvas? Was it the grass?
Yeah, and it just
grass canvas.
Picked up from it, and I bowled in there. I was like, with a few of my mates from Stockport, about 6 of us, and walked in this back garden, man, and there's like a load of black lads, you know what I mean, like Enge black lads. You got this fucking taped ring up and that. I'm thinking, the fuck is this, man? And I was like,
Set me up here.
yeah, but it was fucking great, man. You know what I mean, like you fall in love with it there, and then like you said, there's that, like it doesn't matter who the fuck you are outside of KOTR, you know what I mean? Like it's the leveler, man. You know what I mean? Like that really is the leveler. It don't matter who the fuck you are, how much money you've got, what you do. You know what I mean? Like you go in there,
bleed the same, breathe the same.
Exactly. And as long as you're with a certain weight, man, you just go out. And I just fell in love with it, mate. And it's like the respect, like obviously, like there's some big characters on KOTR, and there's a lot of talking and that, man. But like the vast majority of guys on there are so sound, and like you create this, like it's quite shitty when you got to fight each other sometimes. You know what I mean? Like obviously because there is these characters, but. You know, you create this like family. There's a family feel to KOTR now, isn't there?
It's
and
my
like
brotherhood.
Yeah, and we like back. There's a lot of back in there, so fucking.
I hope they don't mind me telling this story. Yeah. Oh, let's just press the thing again before I do, if you don't mind. So if you just press that. I'm gonna stop. Yeah, what was I gonna say? I was gonna tell the story. I hope they don't mind me talking about this. I'm sure they won't. But Brandub had just had his 2-second KO, and he's supposed to be fighting Warlord, weren't he?
Yeah.
And then there was another person who was supposed to be fighting Warlord. Somebody pulled out or something, and basically they were both going to be fighting Warlord, right? They've started arguing a bit. You know what I mean? A bit of the heated bravado before the fights. It's never after though, is it?
Yeah,
it's always before. So before it, Brandub was a bit in the. I hope I really like the guy. I like the guy, especially after it. Talking to him after, I thought, nah, he's cool as fuck. He's just a character again. Yeah. But he was like this. He was like, I can't even remember what he said. He was just kind of saying he wanted him first.
Yeah.
Didn't he? He was acting like
didn't want seconds.
I don't want him seconds. That's kind of what he said, didn't it? I don't want him seconds. I want him first. I saw Warlord that day. He was coming past me. I was in work on my side.
Yeah.
I said, "How you doing, bro?" And he's like, "You're mad, you know." He's like, "These two men are arguing about me, this and that. They must think I'm some easy fighter or something." The way he was saying it, he was tense,
serious.
Yeah, he was tense, bro. He said, "Bro, I'm going to smoke my spliff, yeah? I'm going to go and get my head down, bro, and I'll see you there tomorrow." It was the next day, yeah?
Smoke City.
Yeah, bro. He's fucking... The next day, I mean, obviously I'm nervous for my fight, but I also know the backstory with this, and I was like, wow, let's see what happens with this one as well now. Brandub is on a high with his 2-second KO, and he'd had a few good fights, hasn't he?
Yeah,
he was
doing tough kid, man.
Yeah, he's tough as fuck, bro, and his left
Handy
hook's
lad.
fucking naughty. It was nice, bro. He's my fight was first, and then he's got in there, and let's mention also that this is Warlord's birthday. This is Dem's birthday, yeah. And I mean, go watch the fight, people. But essentially, it gets to like the second round. Is it the second round? Brandub throws a little combination at him, and then Warlord just like blocks it a couple. And then what? Yeah, what did he actually say to him?
Yeah, he said, "This is my fucking ring.
This is my
fucking.
bro.
Thought you was king of the ring. This is my fucking ring."
And you can see my face in the background. I just go, yeah. I couldn't believe what I was. I was just like, fuck, you know.
One of the fights. That's got to be one of the fights of King of the Ring, man. And I think
his conditioning was not.
Yeah, and it's mate, both good characters as well. You know what I mean? Brandon knows how to get to you. You know what I mean, doesn't he? And Dems is a good kid. Two tough guys went at it, man. And I think that's why it was such a good fight. It was such a fucking display. But
it was a great fight. There was a lot of bravado before it from Brandub, but afterwards, they were fucking having a nice little chat. But Brando, I still did hear him say, actually, "Bro, I'm just going to keep talking shit." He's just like, he don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He's
he
like,
don't give a fuck.
Obviously.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck.
He's like, when's the rematch? When's the rematch? It's fucking... But I love that shit. I absolutely love that shit because it just... There's so many elements to it that gives you... I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, the white collar did it for me as well. But I think the white collar... The 8 weeks training... They said to me, "Do you want to do another white collar?" And I was like, I can't do 8 weeks training twice a week, go in there. It's all the way in fucking Salford. And I was a little bit too good for that, without sounding big-headed. I won my fight quite easily. I felt I was a bit too good for it. Thought King of the Ring or amateurs, and I chose King of the Ring. I did want to ask you something else actually.
Go on.
Is there going to be belts?
Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. Do you know what it is? It's just getting the weight classes set, because we have a lot of people that are fluctuating from 70s, sometimes hitting 60s, back up to 80s, and it's just too much fluctuation at the minute. But as soon as we've got like a set, at least 5 for each weight class, belt straight
You got
away.
a couple kids my weight though, 60. You got the twins, innit? What the twins called? There's Jordan and the other one
Twins?
or something. Yeah, the 2 like Asian light skinned guys. They're brothers anyway. I think they look like fucking. Nah, not Asbo. Asbo fought one of them.
Oh, yeah.
both-
Napoleon and Cairo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're definitely twins, aren't they?
Yeah.
They look
Nah,
the
the
same.
brothers in it, but yeah.
I think they fucking look the same.
Yeah,
bro.
nah,
I
they do
couldn't-
look pretty
I
similar.
didn't.
You've
I
got
didn't
another
notice.
brother as well who looks like him, Anthony, as well.
Yeah, that's what they
Yeah.
said. There's another one of us, he wants to fight. That's what they said.
Well, they're about my weight.
Yeah.
They're definitely about my weight. What do you weigh?
Nah, I'm weighing at the moment.
He's a fluctuator, this one.
Well, I'm not. I fight what I need to. You know what I mean. But I like. Well, this is how mad it is. At like the beginning of the year, I fought at like got myself down to 62 to fight that Tommy and Dam, and now I'm like 70. But I'm a healthy like 70, 71
Walk around,
man.
mate.
Like and I'm strong at this weight.
Did you feel drained at
Pardon?
62?
Nah, no, because I did it proper. I knew in a bit in advance, so it's like instead of like starving myself and that, got myself down to a pretty weight. And
Wait a minute, he was 60 odd kg.
he was 62 kg. Yeah, we fought it, didn't we? 60 was it
Hell,
62?
he was long for 62.
Yeah, man.
lanky guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was. He was like your height, but the reach was like a fucking
Yeah,
big lad.
that's why I just had to stick to him on it. And
You did well.
Got
You
the
did
job
well. You
done.
did
yeah,
proper
it was
well.
tough fight,
You did
man.
proper
So,
well.
plus as well, you know, like I've had a few fights beforehand, but like this is most of my experience now in this underground stuff. So like I fight a bit different than you would do like normal boxing. I want to get up close and I want to scrap in that scenario. You know what I mean? So
They call it a zombie fighter. You put on zombie pressure.
is it?
You
just
don't
walk
stop moving
Yeah,
forward.
stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk forward.
Yeah, you don't take a fucking back step.
Well, I've been working on it, you know, like on my next fight. I've been injured, like I said, for the past 2 months after my bare knuckle fight. I broke some carpal bones defending a hook, and I've been out for 2 months, but I've been training fucking hard, man. You know what I mean? And like I'm hoping to get out of that, but like I've got something wrong with me where every time I get in that scenario in that fight, I'm thinking I'm just gonna fucking walk forward and just take every shot, mate. My coaches are like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You know what I mean? Everything gone out the window, mate. I've been pivoting and everything like that, and it comes to the fucking fight, mate, and I just walk centre line down,
Full
and just
steam.
take
Yeah.
digs.
Do you ever feel like the way that you fight in sparring is just completely different to the way that you fight?
Yeah, without a doubt, mate. I look great in sparring, and I look at my fights and think, "What the fucking hell am I doing?" And I think sometimes, you know, I'm just like, you just get. But then saying that, I can pick it up like when I need to, and the threat level increases. But most of the time, I will, like you said, just walk down the centre line. But when I'm sparring, yeah, I look good, and when I go in there, it's completely fucking different, man. So you probably know yourself.
Not saying you
know
don't
yourself.
look good. Well, to be honest, I was gonna say we fight the exact fucking same.
Yeah, pressure. Put
Except
that-
I'm looking at the floor. I
Yeah.
was watching myself and going, "Why are you looking at the floor, man?" I was getting mad, and that's the one thing I'm drilling out of me. I'm
Yeah.
really trying to drill out
sparring.
of
We
me.
talked about it before we come on. You know what I mean? Like the only way to like have those fucking anti-reflexes where you don't flinch is just sparring continuously and putting yourself in. That's another good thing about King of the Ring. I can fight once a month on King of the Ring. Like you tell me a boxing show I could do that or not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like have the opportunity to do that. Like you look at these boxing shows and that, you got to have like this many amateur fights, you've got to be quite known, you've got to sell 35 tickets, you know what I mean? Like with King of the Ring, you just walk on
Not
there,
even
man,
just that. I actually truly believe there's more opportunity in King of the Ring.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
I really do.
Some of the lads pushing it at the moment are doing really well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like obviously you know more about that. I mean,
Mate.
that's not for me, but like Smithy and that, man, with like the
Yeah.
TikTok and that, they kill it.
Yeah,
That's a
Smithy's
call,
doing
man.
good
That's
on
what I mean,
TikTok,
if you-
innit?
Check Smithy's TikTok and that.
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
yeah,
if you
yeah.
get
Check
if you
out
get
Smithy's TikTok.
yeah, if you do get on the KOTR platform, if you
Dempsey's-
can
and
market
Dempsey's
yourself
TikTok.
correctly, I will help you. Do you know what I mean? You can get paid off different platforms.
Bro,
and stuff
I was
like
gonna
that.
say, do you know how many people, when I first mentioned King of the Ring, they go, "That fucking Mighty Mouse is fucking mad, innit?" Or is that
Yeah,
Mighty Mouse
yeah.
is that? Bro, people love watching him. Would you say that he's? I mean, obviously, I don't. Who would you say is the biggest couple names? I feel like when his comes up, people want to fucking watch him. Just go.
Yeah,
mad.
it's got like a million odd views
Yeah.
on the TikTok with every fight of Mouse in. Literally,
Right.
he's obviously he's up there as one of the names, but he's new. He is still new.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's been
Who's
what,
your top two? Who's your top two?
what,
fight?
top two?
Yeah. Say top three.
Top three.
Win.
I'll give you top five.
Go on, yeah.
Top
Go on.
five, yeah. No particular order. I'll go Chris.
Dems has got,
yeah.
He's got to be political here.
Yeah, nah, this is what I mean. I've got to think it out.
Should I do it?
Yeah,
Go on. You go first.
All right. What am I saying? Just like the ones that stand out to me.
Yeah. Like
really
who's
stand out.
your top three there?
If you've seen these names on a fight card, you are making it to that fight card.
Because there's some good guys on there now, man, and there's some of the characters like good people.
His name ain't there yet, but I really like Ali's shit.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We've been saying this, man. He looks good.
It's good that you see the potential, man.
Yeah.
He's sick.
Not just does he look sharp, the way he was staring down the other guy. I mean, that guy weren't giving him a fucking second break.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, and would you know when the fucking crowd were like one more round and that, and he comes out after the third and he's like, "Yo, just fucking battered that kid."
He didn't have to, bro.
No, I know.
Yeah,
He didn't have to.
Well,
He won the thing, man.
Yeah, we talked about this because, like, obviously, even if that kid fucking blitzed it in that fourth round, it's still Ali's fight.
Yeah.
It's still Ali's fight. It's just a crowd pleasing thingy. What do you reckon, Rems? On
Yeah,
that?
nah, I'm agreeing with that 100%.
It is a difficult. It is a difficult thing to keep everybody happy with that one. Though,
Yeah,
innit?
no, it
It
is.
is difficult, especially. I think when somebody's clearly won. As the viewers who are watching this now, just maybe sometimes understand that the person doesn't want to because they've just fucking done the guy for 3 rounds. Obviously, the one who's lost, if they're not feeling completely defeated, want to get some type of redemption. So understand when one of them doesn't want to.
Yeah.
Do you get me? There is
Especially when it's the guy that's been dominating.
Yeah, they're not being a shitbag.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
But yeah, top three. So you got Ali.
So top three.
Top
We're
three.
doing top three.
Do three.
Ali. I mean, the one video that really stands out for me is when Dennis the Menace fought Freeman.
Yeah, that was that night, mate. He was fucking
Went to the next level after that one.
And that
plus as well, mate, when you get to know Dennis is a fucking character, man. He's
Yeah,
great guy,
no, he
mate.
is, man.
I've not asked him to come on
fucking-
here, you know.
You should do, you should do. He's a great guy, mate.
I tried speaking to him about it, but he doesn't really talk much.
I get it. I mean, I feel like I can bring it out of a lot of people. The kid that I just had on, who's had like 70 amateur fights, top lad, Kieran McDade, like he didn't seem much of a speaker, but as we got going, he had some great he had loads. Everybody's got stories. That's the thing that thing I like to ask people on this. I say, you got anything you can think of stories? If I don't know the story, a lot of the time, if it's something like, I like to hear it, man. Yeah. So right, Dennis, I would say just because of that his name stuck in my head. I want 5, man. I want 5.
Three, you got three.
Yeah, I've got 3.
Nah, you got 4. You got 4.
I've got 4.
Nah,
Because I've already said Mighty, innit?
There's a lot of hitters, man.
I'm gonna go with you with them. See, Ali's got potential for me, but I've got to be Mouse on there.
That's what I was saying. I was gonna say Mouse, but then I can't say Smithy.
Yeah.
Do you hear what I'm saying? But honestly, between all these names, people in Manchester know these names now.
Yeah, it's true.
These guys could have opportunities coming from any angle in this day and age. Any type of angle. You don't know. Smithy could suddenly end up on a fucking reality TV show for some.
Yeah, literally.
Maybe. I don't know which one. But you don't know. You have absolutely no idea. I do truly think like this thing has more eyes on it than a lot of like really good amateur boxers.
Yeah, man.
And this is what I'm saying. We fought in the O2 Arena within the first year of me even starting KOTR. Do you know what I mean? With the Smithy's fight. Do you know what I mean? So
I didn't even know that, you know.
There you go.
I
Obviously, I
didn't even
couldn't post it on my channel. I couldn't get any content there because obviously it's in the O2, but fought in the O2. Do you know what I mean? And that's
When was that? Is that where's the O2? The O2? Is
O2
that
in London.
the O2 in London.
O2 Arena in London. Fought in there. Smithy representing. KOTR logo, badges, gowned a lot, man.
I seen his picture and I was bare confused. I was
Yeah,
bare
yeah.
confused what was going on there, but obviously you've cleared that up for me. But yeah, when was that?
I can't even remember the month. You know, it was good 4 or 5 months ago now.
You'll have to get Smithy to come on and tell you about that story.
Yeah, let him tell
you about that one,
Obviously,
'cause that's-
better coming from him and getting like a whole fucking
In
whole
every
city of
insight,
London.
yeah.
You know
Inside
what,
the
bro?
O2 booing and
Oh
that.
yeah,
He
we got the
smashed it,
treatment.
man.
We got the northern treatment.
Yeah, and
Bad.
he went down there and he fucking smashed it. It's a great story, you know what I mean? And Smithy, tough kid. Let me give you my top 3. Let me
Go on,
jump
go
in
on,
there.
go on,
Let me
go on,
jump
go on,
in
go on,
with-
go on.
with
Go on,
everything.
go on.
I've been able to think about it. So for me, I've been here for a while, man, and like I love Mouse. I think he's fucking great. He went to Birmingham and bombed that kid out in that mask, yeah. And then this Polish hooligan, right? Here's a story, mate. We were in this fucking Chadderton Oldham thing, mate. Everyone will fucking vouch for you, yeah. He's shitting it, yeah. And there's this Polish hooligan bowling about. Guy's a fucking meathead, innit, mate? Absolute meathead. No one wanted to fight him, or we'd already fought.
Fresh out of a Rocky movie, mate.
Yeah, fucking bald head and that, Uli t-shirt on and that. And So Rems walks up to Mouse eating his scran there, little fucking like chicken and that, and he goes like, "Oh mate, I'll give you 50 quid if you jump in the ring with this guy." And he's like, "Yeah, fuck it," you know what I mean? Straight away, like there's no hesitation there with Mouse, and he just bowls in the ring, doesn't he, and just took this kid to the fucking, bombed him out, mate. Didn't know what the fuck was going on. And like I said, he went to Birmingham, bombed that kid out in a mask, didn't he, in like the first few seconds. Just a tough kid, man, and he's a proper character. And then number 2, obviously for me, is Dems, because he's just a proper character.
Oh fuck me! Oh, I'm so sorry, Dems.
This is why.
So
man,
sorry.
there's so many now.
Wondering why I'm pausing.
That's why it's a top 3.
I've got so much love for that
conversation
guy.
thing,
Now you know why I paused for so long.
I'm so sorry.
So then you've got Dems,
Jeez.
man. He's a proper character, and he's a tough kid, and he just fights fucking anyone, man. And I see myself in these people, you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, these are cool guys. But even they're from different communities to me. But like, you're looking at them and you're thinking, yeah, man, these kids are on it, and like you see yourself in them that little bit. And then like, obviously, my third for like, I don't know, like it's got to be Dennis, you know, because like again, like I like that mentality of being
zombie
like,
mode.
yeah, and being like, yo, I'll fight fucking anyone, it doesn't matter, you know what I mean, and jumping in and fighting 3 times and that, and it for me it brings that like that don't give a fuck energy that we represent from like that street background from it all and that, man. So them 3 for me, Emma. Thing, go on, Rems. It's all more political for you now.
Right, can I have more than 3?
Nah, you can't.
No,
man. It's not a talking point. If it's not 3, it's not a talking.
You got to understand,
like, oh yeah, here's my top 7 here.
It's not that easy. I stay now for 3 top fighters out of all the fighters he's had.
Nah, he's not shit house. I always say it on there.
I don't say he didn't get to say Brando as well, and he's got he's
This is what
fucking
I'm
left
saying
up.
to you. Right.
I'm more excited to see him fight than a lot of people. I'm really excited to see Brando fight. Yeah,
because he rallies you up, man. Like you don't understand, like the way he is in a chat, man. Like he's
that's what it is. You
Is
need
he
to
always
see
like that?
the fight chats, mate.
You don't see what goes on behind. So like he'll wank, won't he, Rems? He's a
verbal
man. But that's why he's funny, man.
He's the king of it, though.
Yeah, he's
king of it.
Yeah, he fucking hell, yeah, man.
He's sick, man. But yeah, right. So off the top of the head, yeah, top 3, no particular order, based off excitement factor.
Right.
I'm gonna go Dennis, Mouse, and Rockass.
Oh, Rockass!
Because you literally don't know if one of them guys is gonna knock somebody out or get sat.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, that's
it's literally.
I forgot about
Yeah.
Good
Right.
call, mate. Good call.
Then boxing side of things, I've made different lanes for it now. So boxing side of things, like actual ability, in my opinion, I'm gonna go Chris. You struggled to fight him.
Yeah, I mean 5-0. Is it 5-0?
Yeah, and I'm fighting on the 27th as well, you know. So
yeah, man.
A big fight as well.
Big
so
fight.
yeah, like it'll be releasing. I don't want to say too much, and I don't want to be on these shows talking about like other fighters. I'm not about that life, you know what I mean. So on the chats and that, I don't give shit. I'm quite a quiet guy in that. So like, and I really, really respect my fucking opponent I'm about to fight, and you know what I mean. It'll be released. This will be released after most probably that gets released. But you know, like I respect him a lot, and I don't want to be talking on the show about it. You know what I mean. But yeah, so I've got a big fight on them, and then like I said, I think I've got maybe one more in me after that, and then I'm just gonna chill out then, and like I've been helping like a little bit in the background with like KOTR, and like you probably see me at the fights, like getting everyone trying to fucking sign signatures is hard enough, mate. Trying to, you know what I mean, in it, like trying to rally lads like that and trying to keep them calm in that scenario. I don't know if you noticed at the last event, obviously I don't want to ruin it, but like it was in a boxing, you know what I mean, it was in a boxing gym, and we had some bags up and the kids were hitting them, so like the adrenaline was getting up there faster than that, and trying to and you know, Rems mentioned it at the beginning, when you said to him like, what does your job consist of, that self-policing, man, is like the main bit about it, and trying to keep everyone calm, and we're navigating it right, especially Rems does a mega job at it, mate.
No, you
like,
did fucking
serious,
shit.
and it's like
mate.
there's a lot of shit the cameras don't show, what goes on in the background with Rems, and like obviously like KOTR, and I think that's why a lot of us fall in love with it, you know, like you don't get mentioned enough, but like quite a bit of money goes to like the charities and stuff against like knife crime, like you said, we're bringing lads together and communities together.
Do you want to talk about that?
Hmm?
Do you want to mention a bit of that?
Do what?
Like you just said with it, like what goes to knife charity, knife crime prevention. You just said a bit of money goes to it.
Yeah, donate.
Yeah, we make
yeah.
donate.
Yeah, just literally
You
donate.
just donate
Yeah,
it,
from
just
proceeds, just donate some money to every
that's
month,
big,
man.
bro.
Yeah.
That's big. I fucking said that a bit like an alien, didn't I?
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
like,
what?
I was like, this
You want us to donate to you?
donate to Mazza in the Casa, bro. Look at the fucking setup.
Yeah, but yeah, so I've got about 2 more fights, and then I'm just gonna take a back step and just chill with Rems and stuff like that, and cause some fucking
Help me
chaos in
build, man. Help me build.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Because only a year in.
Yeah,
Big
yeah.
things are coming,
Obviously,
man.
I want to do a couple things like that. Mainly like through this fucking shit. This is my area is. It's like I'm good with the camera work, but you got the camera guy, and to be honest, he does a decent fucking job as well. He does a good job, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. It's not easy. That's another question I had for you. Have you ever thought of having the 2 camera angle?
Yeah, no, exactly that. Yeah.
Is that a next step?
Yeah, literally next
that
step.
probably
Yeah.
a
Do you know what
next
it is? You're seeing how people are around the ring, so it's hard enough with
Mm.
one cameraman having his own designated spot.
Mm,
But as soon as it comes to a certain person's fighting with a certain amount of people, it's covered. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just hard work then.
Should GoPro the ref?
Yeah, I was thinking that, but I don't know how it's gonna. We'll talk about that another time. But
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
probably would. I'd just have to try it out, man.
It sounds that sounds. I don't know how good that would look during a fight. That feels like something for like VAR or
Do you
some
know what I'm
shit.
saying?
Do you know
Because
what I
I'm
mean?
gonna have to get in a position where my chest is seeing the good. Do you know what I mean? Rather than me actually seeing it, and then I'm
Yeah.
stood in a funny. Nah,
Yeah.
it's politics, man.
Mm.
When it's in the garden, we had the drone, didn't we, as well?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
like some of the shots when it first started coming in and that were on like a drone, and but like at the moment, and it got to do it indoors, and like you've seen how many people come to the events, like getting everyone around the ring, especially when it's a rowdy fight like Dempsey's and Brandon's, mate, and everyone wants to see it. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And they're
yeah,
all
yeah.
rushing forward and that, and like.
Half on my side, half of Haywood.
Yeah. But to meet in the middle, and you're like, oh Jesus, you know what I mean? Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, it was difficult getting like a fucking view
Yeah.
on the last one. I ended up on top of the railings, bro.
Yeah, you want to do
Yeah.
what I do, mate. I get a chair, put it to one side, and then like.
You don't get some Razzie shoulders, mate.
Yeah, Razzie. Yeah. Get on Razzie's shoulders and a fucking get a chair, mate. I didn't bomb up like that, mate, all the time.
Yeah, man. Fucking. What was I gonna say then? What was I gonna say? Shit, I lost my trail of thought. I don't usually do that. Oh yeah, no, we only had one. You only give me one from the boxing.
Oh yeah,
For the
all right,
boxing
right, yeah. So the boxing side of things, I'm gonna go Ali, Chris. I'm gonna go Dems, you know, because I feel like even if he's against the boxer, he could do good. He could make a boxer scrap him.
Yeah, the
Do
way
you
he
know what I
moved in that Brandon fight was like, bro, his conditioning was sick. I was fucked.
And
I
that's
was
the thing.
absolutely
Brandon semi
fucked.
boxes more than he fight. Like he's more of a boxer than a scrapper. How he, do you know what I mean? How he looks. So
And he was tired.
Exactly.
He was worn out, and Dems probably could have gone another.
and he made him fall into the scrap. That's what Dems does to you, man. Don't matter who you are, it just makes you fall into the scrap. He fought Rockas, sick fight, quite a while ago. Made Rockas
I know, I
even
don't
fall
think
into
I've
the.
seen that
That's
one.
what I mean. But he even made Rockas fall into the scrap, and you see when Rockas fights, he's literally the prim and proper boxer, action man type of hitter. Do you know what I mean? And literally, he fell into the scrap with Dems.
You had a top lad on fighting. He had a few complaints that people were saying he was grabbing, but I just thought he was hitting the other guy with such clean shots that I don't even know why people were noticing that too much. It was the show that I fought on. He fought a guy with dreads. It's like light skinned black guy with dreads, and he was getting whacked up by the other guy. He had like a green top on. I can't remember his name.
Asking guy with dreads.
Not Sam.
It's the last Chadderton one.
Last Chadderton one. Asking
But
guy
people
with
were like
dreads.
that. Like, the people are like, oh, why is he hugging? Why is he hugging? He looked great at first, but why is he hugging now? But literally, he's throwing combos at this guy and nearly knocking him out, and then grabbing,
Yeah.
and then throwing another great combos. Fucking Mayweather does that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Obviously, I want to comment on that. I get a lot of bad press on mine as well. But like, it's like we were saying, like we've always said that. You know what I mean? Like, King of the Ring is boxing. Yeah, in a sense, but it is still a street fight.
It's a
with
street
gloves
fight with
on,
gloves,
you know
man.
what I mean?
It
So
is.
like, the rules aren't entirely boxing. So like, you can go up close and you can get dirty because that's what these lads are used to. You know what I mean? It's thinking it out. So like, what you might not always perceive and judge as like on a boxing standard, like these lads are coming in here to scrap, and they've got
Right,
3
yeah.
1 minute rounds to give it their fucking all, man. You know what I mean?
Everything.
There's like, and skill set sometimes it's very difficult to show in there, isn't it, Rems? What
Yeah,
you
it is
think?
100%. Yeah, it is. Because plus, look how small it is. Do you know what I mean? We started off with a 12 foot. We've only gone to 13 foot now with a brand new one. So
Yeah. New
literally,
ring's
you've got.
looking sharp though.
Nah, yeah, appreciate it, man. Shout out the sponsors. But yeah, literally, because there's nowhere else to dance, mate. You've just got to face your opponent, and it's 3 minutes of just going for it. So yeah, it's good content, mate. Do you know what I mean? Good content. It's one of them.
Oh mate, I think you know what? I think that's everything I've got to ask. The only other thing that I kind of wanted to ask was like merch, bro. When you're dropping some merch for the man,
It's
then?
on the way, man. It's on the way. It's extortion at the minute, mate.
Yeah,
it's
it's not good.
extortion.
Well, we did have this conversation.
Yeah,
didn't we?
this is what I'm saying. It's just extortion. I can't find no good links. So if you know any, send them my way.
Anybody who's watching this, drop in the comments, yeah, if you'd purchase some of that fucking merch of a KOTR top. Or I think a beanie. I'd wear a KOTR beanie all day.
Yeah.
I love that shit. But
We
yeah.
were trialing out the caps recently, so see how they go.
Oh, I'm not as much of a cap guy.
No,
bro.
no, but just in general, in just the hat wear. Obviously, we've only done t-shirts, so
Yeah,
just trying it out.
Yeah.
See how
Right.
it goes.
Outside of that though as well, there is some big things coming into Rems.
Very big things coming.
Okay. Have you got anything else you just want to say to anybody who's listening? Or should we?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, on behalf of both of us, innit, we just want to shout out like all the fighters and that, man, like everyone who makes it like a banger, everyone who's done like comes to Birmingham, done the internationals, but everyone who fights every time.
Yeah,
you know
all
what
the
I mean?
names we just mentioned, yeah, they're the reason, as well as
Yeah.
you
We're in
guys,
this
of
position,
course.
exactly,
and
yeah.
Rems as well, man. You know what I mean? Like Rems,
Yeah,
don't
and
get a
Rems,
lot
of course,
credit,
yeah,
man. Like,
fucking.
he's for like, you know, for a long time it's been like a one wheel show, man, and Rems has been right running it, and like a few people in the background, obviously, like, you know what I mean, like proper local community and family and that, but like it's all been on Rems, man, and like he's killed it, you know what I mean, and made KOTR what it is, and like we said, we have got big things and stuff like that in it, Rems.
Never
so.
stopping, man. Never stopping.
Nah, I
Big
can
things
see
to come.
this
Just
thing.
stay tuned.
I've said it. I can see this thing going places.
I
I
appreciate
can
it, man.
100% see this thing going.
Same with
places,
you though,
bro.
man. Big up with the Mazda and the Kaza. It's
Yo,
looking good,
Yeah,
man.
thank you for having us,
I
you
know,
know,
yeah,
man,
thank
like,
you,
and giving
appreciate
us
it.
that platform.
Yeah, yo,
Innit?
hit 300 subscribers. Hit
What,
300 subscribers,
yeah,
bro.
man.
Every 100, I'm like, fucking, I just
Nah,
get,
it's
I
sick
get a
now,
big
man.
gas for the thing.
It's growth, man.
Yeah, but I mean, this was literally just off. My friend literally just said, "Why don't you just start interviewing people or something?" Like my boy just said it to me. I tried a million different things. I did fucking food videos. Don't get me wrong. I'm just chatting shit. I'm not trying to be a chef.
Yeah.
I was a bit Gino Demanco though.
Yeah.
A little bit Gino
Made a judge of
Demanco.
that.
Chorizo.
Made a judge of that.
I know, yeah, whips them up now.
But yeah, I mean, I've been doing music 6 years, and I feel like this is very connected to the music shit. I feel like the music and the sport of like just fighting, boxing, whatever you want to call it, it does go really hand in hand. A lot of these kids from estates get into one of the two things, and yeah, man, I just fucking honestly, when I'm talking about the office job shit that I feel like a lot of people want to escape from, like the boring. You know the shit you see on Fight. You watch Fight Club?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the way, I mean, I can't remember it properly, but he's kind of in an office. He's getting a load of shit, and then suddenly there's
Yeah.
this place he can release.
Yeah.
This is the real life fucking Fight Club.
Real
That's why I
life.
put it on the thumbnail. Yeah. And anybody who's in that place, accept your fucking self. Yeah. Get into a gym of whatever martial art. And get in on the next event.
Yeah.
How did
on the next event?
How did it get in on the next
If you
event?
want to get in
Rams?
on the next event, hit up the Insta, KOTR_money.
Yo, and we're done.
Yeah.
And we're done.